Now let's come to the second part of this, which is morons like Sweaty Bhaskar. क्या नाम है उसका?
Sweaty Bhaskar.
क्या नाम है उसका?
Swara Bhaskar.
हाँ हाँ ठीक है, स्वरा स्वेटीज जो भी है, ठीक है. So Sweaty Bhaskar. I am sorry, Asif. Okay.
Yeah.
So collective guilt, but this is the same sweaty pachyderm who will say, any bomb blast happens, we should not blame any a community. So even in their own this thing, there is this fundamental dichotomy. एक हिंदू करता है, all Hindus should be ashamed, but एक मुसलमान करता है, nobody else should be blamed.
Yeah.
ठीक है? This is number 2. Number 3 issue is that there is a context to what happened in that town which is being segued onto. You want to talk about the fact, basically you want to use the fact that Asif was beaten up to highlight the fact that there are crimes against Muslims being committed, or crimes against, or brutality against children being committed. It is equally the right of somebody else to use that as a segue to show that that is a particularly terrorized Hindu community that lives in the midst of a Muslim ghetto, where people have been killed before, where their temple has been robbed before, and several issues that have happened before. Okay. Now you can do all of these things separately without connecting any of them. So this outrage saying that, if you talk about Asif, you can't talk about the issues surrounding it. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Because these people are also using Asif to make a bigger point. So, it's equally the right of other people to use Asif to make another point which is not so convenient to you, which is the absolute terror under which Hindu minorities live in a Muslim majority area.
Yeah.
Right. And note, this is a standard pattern that we see all over the world, where you have a Muslim majority, they will invariably come into a minority, whatever, and try to stoke up trouble. Now, was Asif doing that? Probably not. He's a kid. He's probably just your normal little curious little kid, or he may not be. But you can't attack somebody just for, well, you can, but remember, it's the right of the other person to raise questions about this.
Yeah.
These people are basically going around giving halal certificates to what you can say, what you cannot say. If you say XYZ, if you make XYZ connection, it is hate speech. If you don't make XYZ connection, you're a bigot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. And there's more of a ground, right? Yeah.
This as a very positive thing, because if Sweaty Bhaskar is the highest form of intellect that you can get, then, congratulations to you and your movement. You have lost even before you've won.
And just to add to Abhijit's point, I think this is a very valid point, because there is something called, societal memory. There is something called historical memory, and people don't need to go that far away. Just look at your neighborhood and what happens to Hindus in Pakistan. So to undermine that, I've always said it, demography is destiny. I've said it for a long, long time. These issues are real. I don't know but the point is, the solution, if anybody wanted it, I don't think so. Any side wants a solution, to be very honest. I don't think so. The left wants it. I don't think so. The non-left wants it. As far as folks on social media or the politicians who rile them up are concerned, make sure people are riled up all the time. They find a new thing to outrage about on a daily basis. Somebody saying sorry Asif, someday it's sorry Babu, or whatever it is the next day. So they'll go from one virtue signaling bout to another. But the point is, there is genuine lack of truth and reconciliation in India, and it stems from the negationism of the record of Islam in India. We have negated the record of Islam and Islamism, and that is a huge problem. You have that Maulana who just shot that video outside the Somnath temple, basically claiming machismo and bravado, and saying, "Dekha, uda diya tumhara mandir, dekha." That is the bully, and then on the other side, Asif is the victim. ये unique style है जहाँ पे parallelly bully and victim narrative दोनों चलता है.
I mean, look at Europe, na. Europe में तो यही narrative है.
Just to be clear, I don't think that fellow should have been arrested for making that thing. It was his right to say that. There was no incitement to violence there. Because I personally
an asshole.
Yeah, you, dude, being an asshole is a
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Okay,
I mean,
every
that's the
one of
point that
us,
we were making when the
male or
first thing we
female,
shared today. No, the first thing we shared
everyone,
today, that's
male
the
or
whole point.
female, has an asshole, and if that assholiness takes over most of your body, that you
Yeah.
can't wash your shit properly and it spreads all over your body, that is entirely your prerogative.
Yeah.
There's no hygiene requirement, there's no brain requirement. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
But, and this is a big but,
Yeah.
there was no instigation to violence out there, just the same way that I'm very proud that the Chola Empire went to Srivijaya and destroyed the Srivijaya Empire.
Right.
If I went to Indonesia or Malaysia tomorrow, I'd say, देखा, ये हमारे मेरे
Yeah.
परदादा श्री राजेंद्र चोला जी ने आके ये सब किया था. Take
Yeah.
pride in your ancestor.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the problem keeps coming about because, I think the right in India is just as guilty as the left of all these double standards that we keep.
Yeah.
I don't like something, therefore you have to be thrown in jail.
Exactly.
And you're playing right into the left trap on this. This is why the left, even if it loses elections, will keep winning the narrative war, because you don't apply a first principles, you don't think things through clearly, and you celebrate whatever the shit you want.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're basically falling into the trap and making that point for them, boss.
Yeah, because the non-left is basically like a cheap imitation of all the talking points of the left, but the only difference is that it's with a Hindutva component.
Arey yaar, every time this happened, whenever it's happening with you, with Abhijit, with me, we will stand up for free speech on social media, and they will be like, देखो कनाडा में क्या हुआ, तो मैं क्या करूं?
अब तो मैं कनेडियन थोड़ी हूं भाई.
अरे मतलब क्या, यस ओके, देखो इधर कचरा है, फिर कोई फोटो भेजेगा, देखो न्यूयॉर्क में कचरा है, अबे दोनों जगह साफ कर लो. क्या लॉजिक है ये? मतलब किस किस्म के लोग हैं यार, किधर तो अपनी आईक्यू बढ़ा लो, कहीं गलती से भी थोड़ी तो अक्ल ले आओ. और दिस, एंड अभिजीत इज स्पॉट ऑन. This is a problem with the overall discourse in India, where we're just a republic of hurt sentiments.
Yeah.
Everybody's sentiments keep getting hurt. अरे तो मैं क्या करूं, तेरी sentiments hurt होती है. Imagine करो, इस समय T20 मैच चालू है, कितनी मेरी sentiments hurt होती है वो घटिया फॉर्मेट को देख के.
अच्छा,
मगर मैं नहीं बंद कर रहा हूं ना उसको. तुम लोग अपनी sentiments को क्या देख के बैठते हो यार? Everybody is like, oh, my sentiments are hurt.
For somebody who hates cricket, I have to watch these 11 very ugly, very sweaty, body odorous people on the field doing absolutely nothing except scratching their pubes every now and then, playing a shot once every.
That's a perfect definition of the sport. Well done.